Rajitha and Thalitha in parliamentary committees. Damika's money spent in vain. Launch of anti-Rajapaksa alliance on 27th. Unprecedented welcome for JVP-led Compass. Dullas Pradeepa brings several political camps under one roof.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
Rajitha and Thalitha in parliamentary committees. A national-level election is a must to measure the public opinion with regard to the changes in politics in the past 2 years. Therefore, politicians are now hard at work in a year of elections. Their aim is to position themselves suitably and win over the public. Things that transpired in the past week were no exception. There is now talk that Parliament is to be prorogued. Lawmakers are discussing among themselves whether the President will do that on January 24 or 27 with the new session schedule to commence on February 07. A prorogation of Parliament will render more than 50 parliamentary committees invalid. Making new appointments to these committees will be decisive, they say. There are predictions about the new appointees too. Some say Rajitha Senaratne, Patali Ranawaka and Thalitha Atukarala may be accommodated by the President. The trouble-stricken Committee on Public Enterprises and Committee on Public Accounts should have new members, according to them. Damika's money spent in vain. The SLPP's presidential candidate still remains a hot topic. No one hastens to name anyone, although wealthy businessman Damika Pereira looks a front-runner. SLPP leader Mahinda says a name will be announced only in April. Seniors believe the matter will be settled once Basil returns at the end of this month. In the meantime, some in the SLPP argue a politician is suited, as against a businessman, in their bid to support Ranil. Party senior Rohitha Abegunawardena said, unlike the SLPP, the UNP has a right to claim that Ranil is their candidate. Our leader, founder and the Politburo should take our decision. In the event they decide on him, we will work for Ranil, Rohitha said. That means the SLPP still considers Ranil, with the majority opinion too, in that favour. Does that mean Damika's lavish spending have been in vain? For an answer, wait for Basil's arrival. Launch of anti-Rajapaksa alliance on 27th. Political sources confirm that Nimal Lanza's camp will hold its maiden rally on the 27th at Jar Ella town. Its Gampaha leader minister, Nalin Fernando, is organising the meeting. Anura Yapa, Susil Premajayanta and Priyankara Jayaratne will attend. At the same time, arrangements are underway for the launch of the alliance next month. A party constitution and legal requirements to ally with other parties are underway. Presently, there are around 71 independent MPs, and Siripala Amarasinghe, the executive director of Lanza's party office at Rajagiriya, says a majority of them are with the new alliance. Recently, it held talks with nearly 100 representatives of 20 minority parties and groups. They included Jathika Janata Peramuna, Tamil People's Progressive Party, Mobima Samvardhana Peramuna, Sri Lanka Eksath Peramuna, Batikaloa People's Union, Podujana Eksath Deshia Pakshaya, and Mulaitivu Civil Action Society. They said in one voice that they would not support the new alliance if it has anything to do with the Rajapaksa camp. They wanted an assurance from Yapa, who replied, "Believe us, none in our group will again work for the victory of an individual. We will work for the victory of a programme." The new alliance had a meeting for its Anna Madua electorate activists at Priyankara's home and was attended by Yapa and Prema Jayanta. Priyankara made a vow to the applause of all that they will never again do politics with the Rajapaksas. It is certain that this alliance is going to be an anti-Rajapaksa one, but they are yet to announce whom they will support at the presidential polls. Unprecedented welcome for JVP-led Compass. From the day he started his campaign, Dilith Jayawira tries his best to get entangled with the Compass candidate AKD. He is a veteran in marketing and has played a key role in all presidential campaigns since 2005. The Compass is now getting unprecedented support across the country. It is in this backdrop that Dilith tries to be the hero of the opposing camp. It appears he is presently in contact with JVP deserters, especially those who had issues with AKD. He gathered some of them a few days ago and sought their support for his campaign against AKD. At the same time, he again dared AKD to face him at a public debate. Giving an interview to Sri Lanka Guardian, Dilith said his challenge to AKD still remains valid. But AKD seems unimpressed with Dilith's challenges. NPP has now intensified its propaganda machine with several discussions planned. One already took place with IMF officials, led by Senior Mission Chief for Sri Lanka, Peter Brewer. But the outcome is yet be made public. Resident Representative Sarwat Jahan and economist Manavi Abewikrama were the other members of the IMF team. Participating from the NPP were Dr. Harini Amarasuriya and Sunil Handunetti. In the meantime, AKD tours the country for campaign rallies and meets with religious, cultural and political groups. Just recently, he called on the chief prelates of the Malwate and Asgiriya chapters in Kandy. It was Malik Samarawikrama who had organised the meeting. Lalkantha accompanied AKD during the visits. They started off with the chief prelate of the Asgiriya chapter, who gave a resounding welcome. After sending the journalists out, the chief prelate had spoken with AKD and Lalkantha for more than 45 minutes. Some in the NPP say the prelate was highly appreciative of AKD's programme. Then, they called on the Kogiev prelate of the Malwate chapter. He too gave them a good welcome and spoke highly of AKD to the media. That followed a discussion that lasted 2 to 3 hours, which was also not open for the media. Nothing has been made public. It appears the entire country as well as the global community are very much impressed with the NPP. The visit by IMF officials to the JVP head office itself is proof enough. It will be wrong for anyone to disregard the compasses hereafter. Dullas Pradeepa brings several political camps under one roof. On Sunday, Pradeepa Dharmadasa held a musical show at Nelam Pokuna. Rukantha and Kasun Kalhara joined her on stage. Pradeepa is the wife of FPC leader Dullas Allahaparuma. Something more than music was present there. Political backing for Dullas was evident. Rather than asking who was there, it is better to ask who wasn't. In attendance from the government side were Ministers Ramesh, Kanchana, Amarawera, Premajayantha, Tiran and Mahindananda. From the SJB, participants included Madhuma Bandara, GL, Godahewa and Dhillon. Champika, Weerawansa, Gamanpila and Weerasinghe too made their presence felt. Presidential candidates like Dilith too was there. So did the FPC's Charitha Herath and other MPs. The show lasted 2 hours, and everyone wondered as to how Dullas kept all these different men together all that while. Anyway, politics will be no easy game in 2024. Anyone with an iota of hope has to play a very strong and difficult game. That's it for today.